I was in a meeting recently, and someone asked all of us as part of our check-in, what plant best describes you? I guess it was a theater thing. You know, if you could be a tree, what kind of tree would you be? It's a better way of letting people know how we felt in that moment than just asking us, how do you feel in that moment, I guess. Anyway, so people were naming all of these amazing, soaring, delicate things like sequoia or hibiscus or iris or oak, all of them beautiful. I said grass. See, I think of grass as the most working class, the most proletariat of plants. Grass is just there, doing its thing. Grass is strong, and its roots are much deeper than people think. And when you walk in the park, and you're looking at all the seasonal flowers, you may not even think about how old the grass under your feet is. The grass lives for decades. Decades. Now, this came up for me because of the idea that all of us oppressed folks, all of us, are descended from kings and queens. Now, that obviously has to be true for some. But what's wrong with just being descended from working class folks? I mean, if I could trace my ancestry back to the beginnings of humans, and I couldn't find anyone but farmers and merchants and soldiers and slaves and teachers and scribes and stonemasons, I would be just as proud as if I found some royalty. Heck, I'd be prouder. I'm not a big fan of royalty anyway. See, as a student of history, I have found that royalty, they're mainly assholes. Mainly. Assholes. But we enslaved, betrayed, decimated people built mighty civilizations, had rich histories. We had art and libraries and science and magnificent cultures and soaring philosophies, not because of those at the top, but because of those working class people who are the real architects of civilization. And the reason we don't know about them today isn't because we lack kings and queens. It's because our histories were burned and our civilizations crushed by those who need to present us to themselves and to us as having never been anything but the stool the conqueror rests his boot on. But that brutal erasure of history does not mean that I personally have to be the descendant of kings and queens to be worthy of respect, dignity, or human rights. I don't know my ancestors because my people were kidnapped. Some were enslaved, some indentured, were raped or dispersed. So I cannot claim direct lineage from any throne, nor do I want to. Now, what I do claim is a spiritual ancestry from anyone that fought against their oppression. So I don't claim the royalty. I mean, screw them. I claim the revolutionaries. Just saying.